today. 97-1. So you spent 13 years there,
Yep.
right? With
Right.
with Valenti, and just kind of give me the gist of how things were during your time there.
My time there was fantastic until the end.
Okay.
I enjoyed doing the show. I thought we made an impact. I was happy that we were able to get people from point A to point B in their cars and everything. But the thing I wrote about today is after I got sick, I regret that I went back to 97.1 because it just wasn't the same. Um, Before I got sick, we had this meeting and we talked about how we had a brotherhood and we were all together. But once I went back, I felt that brotherhood had disappeared. It wasn't there anymore. And I felt like a lone wolf. And part of it was I was still sick. I acknowledge that, I had a stroke and it's a long term thing. I still feel effects today
This
from
week
that.
it
But
happened 4 years ago, right?
yeah, it was 4 years ago. About
Wow.
this week is when it happened. So at that time, I was very emotional. Um, I felt like the whole world was after me.
Hmm.
But one thing I noticed is every time we made a decision, it was always a 3-1 vote. Their three and my one. So either I was all screwed up, or um, or obviously I disagreed with
Right.
the
Right.
direction they were going. So everything had changed. So it wasn't fun coming back. Um, the worst part was I was sick. I got sick like halfway through every show and had to try to get through those last 2 hours. And I would drive home and I could feel that my blood pressure had spiked.
Right. Yeah.
My head felt like somebody was squeezing my head,
Wow.
and that was not a comfortable feeling. And then my wife would make me take my blood pressure, and it was crazy numbers. And I'm like, oh, I got to quit doing this.
Right. So like, if really would there be anything that you would have done over or wish you would have done? Like to maybe, I don't know, in the radio aspect of things, or maybe
Do you wish you would have retired
Yeah.
at that point when you wanted to
I
come?
should have walked away.
Okay.
If knowing what I know now, I would just say, you know what, I'm sick. This is it for me.
Right.
I'm not coming back, because then I wouldn't have these bad feelings
Right.
that I have. But I didn't know. I thought when I came back, everyone would be, "Hey, T, we're glad to see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
We're glad to see that you're okay." And it wasn't like that. It was like, "Okay, he's back, so let's go to work."
Right.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I think at that time, uh, I needed some loving.
For
Hmm.
sure.
I never needed love in my whole life, but at that time, I was just in a different place. I felt like I was a different person, and
So like
you know,
Especially
yeah. Go
the
ahead.
guy that sat across. You had Mikey V, who some people he's very opinionated, and you guys, I mean, you guys got into it, and it was fun. I mean, I listened to it in the car with my dad growing up. I mean, just growing up. I mean, I'm 24, but you were on the radio for 13 years, so the Boom song, all that included, and you guys seem like you guys had a great relationship, but before the stroke, and even just as an outside viewer, we felt that there was just a little bit of a kind of a disconnect, and we didn't know what was up. And
Yeah.
now that comes out, we kind of understand
Right.
what has
yeah,
happened.
I think what happened is I no longer was carrying my weight. I think the thing that they liked about me is I would challenge Mike more, tell him that he's crazy. What are you doing?
No.
Which is good. Which is good.
I know it was good, but after I had my stroke, I didn't care that the Lions stunk. I didn't care that the Tigers would lose 50 games in a row to the Cleveland Indians. To me, that didn't matter to me. But when you lose that edge, that's not good for radio.
Right.
Right.
And
100%.
it's
Yeah.
just, you get a different perspective because, I mean, like a few weeks earlier, I'm in a hospital, wonder why am I here? And having a stroke, there's no pain. You lose, like this hand right here. I couldn't type. I felt like my head was being squeezed.
Yeah.
Um, I felt like I couldn't, that my brain was rewiring.
Wow.
So it would go from here, the waves would go this way. And but they were rewiring. They were trying to figure out how do we get around so that he can think. I